Welcome to the channel everybody, thank you for clicking on this video. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 mistakes every photographer has made and why it led to my photo sucking. Let's run the intro. Like I say, in today's video we're going to be looking at the 3 mistakes every photographer has made and why it might just be leading to your photo sucking. So let's jump straight into it with the first mistake, which is eye level is cell level. It's been known for years by supermarkets that if a product is placed at eye level, it sells a lot more than those products placed near the bottom or tops of shelves. The reason for this is simple. As humans, we rarely look up or down. And if by chance we do decide to look up or down, the chances of us actually bending down or reaching up is still extremely low. That's why manufacturers always want their products placed at eye level. Eye level is cell level. The same thing applies to our photography. You see, when I first went out with a camera, I would walk around only interested in capturing them moments at eye level. In fact, I was so lazy I didn't even bother to look for new opportunities other than those at eye level. Yeah, okay, I may have tilted the camera up or down a bit, but for me to actually change my body position? No chance. It didn't even cross my mind. I know for sure that I missed hundreds, maybe even thousands of potentially great shots because I had my vertical blinkers on. I didn't see them. I wasn't even looking for them. I would wander around aimlessly, constantly pulling the camera up to my face, convinced everywhere was boring and I couldn't find shots. I even brought a tripod, but that too would always be raised to eye level. I was what was known as a lazy photographer. The camera always came up to me, not the other way around. That's the way it was, and that's how I thought it had to be. Slowly over time, as my photos began to slightly improve, and more from me learning that my photos were actually I knew I was doing something wrong. And that's when it happened, that moment when I realised that I was a lazy photographer. I realised it was me that had to change my position and angle. It was me that had to take the opportunities to ensuring no matter the subject, no matter the conditions, that I had to do everything I could to get the best shot possible. Even if it meant bending down, laying down, getting wet, rolling upside down, looking down, or climbing higher, it was down to me. A whole new world had opened up. I began to see shots that weren't there before, new opportunities. Landscapes that had seemed dull and boring had been transformed into rich environments with endless possibilities. Once I had seen the light, my vertical blinkers were off, and the photos I started to take improved immensely. I was no longer being held back. So the first tip I would give anyone starting out with a camera or looking to improve: stop being that lazy photographer, look for them new angles. Don't be scared to bend down, lay down, look up, get wet, climb high. Basically stop limiting yourself and your photos by selling out at eye level. Distractions. You ever notice that the scratch on your car always draws your attention no matter how clean or shiny the rest of your car is? That scratch bugs the hell out of you. Your eyes are drawn to it like a red rag to a bull. The same goes for your photography. If there's something in your shot that is a distraction, it's going to pull the viewer's eyes to it and yours. The distraction has made the photo unbalanced. Let me say that again. The distraction has made the photo unbalanced. Just as before, this was down to me being a lazy photographer. Distractions in my photos were part and parcel of the day. They were just something that happened. They were just part of the scene. It didn't bother me that there was a dustbin in the background, a person walking by, a bird in flight. As long as my main subject was decent enough, the foreground and background element didn't really matter. But slowly over time I began to realise that these distractions were one of the first things viewers would point out. It didn't matter to them that the subject was perfectly lit or the landscape was stunning. The viewer would be drawn to the distraction just like I am to the scratch on my car. I would try to convince them to look at the rest of the photo, but it was like someone was waving a £50 note in the background of the picture. It took precedence over anything else, and no amount of directing them to look elsewhere would get them to miss it. So my second tip to anybody looking to improve their photography: focus on the whole composition of your shot, not just the subject. Spot distractions and eliminate them. Now, distractions come in many shapes and forms. Not only objects, it could be an unlevel horizon, an unbalanced scene, poorly lit conditions, or even blurriness. As we're bending down and looking for new angles, don't be lazy. Look all around your composition, making sure the shot is balanced with no distractions. Stop being that lazy photographer. Over editing. Okay, so you're going to be looking for new angles and now removing distractions from your photos. But now the most common mistake of all, and one that I was 100% guilty of, and that is over editing. Editing a photo today is part and parcel of being a photographer. I would go out, snap my shots, and enjoy sitting back editing them, like many other people. Sometimes I would put many hours editing a single shot. The problem I had was, though, I didn't know when to stop. Saturation was my best friend. The more the colours popped, the better in my opinion. Well, that's what I thought. If I could crank the filter layers up to 100, then I would. Sharpness, well, that also got maxed out. I was the editing king, or so I thought. To make up for me being such a lazy photographer, I would balance it out with eye-melting colours, so bright that only people that have witnessed nuclear explosions could compare it. And today I see the same mistake everywhere. Poorly taken shots, over-edited to hide the photo and the laziness from the photographer. The new trend today is sky replacement and sun rays. Now, I would say that done right, I believe there is a place for this in photography, but most are not done right. Most look absolutely dreadful. Colours that are well over the top and all over the place. Skies that look unnatural and they wouldn't even make it into an episode of Harry Potter. Sun rays where shadows don't match. And the list goes on and on. So my final tip is, stop over editing, let your photos breathe and let them do the talking. So there you have it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that. The 3 most common mistakes I see as a photographer. I know I used to make all these mistakes and hopefully they will help you out. Don't get stuck at eye level. Remove the distractions from your photos. Bearing in mind though that sometimes a distraction can actually complement a photo, so be careful of that. And third, stop over editing your pictures. So there you go. Hopefully you've thoroughly enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up down there. If you want to see further videos from myself, hit that subscribe button. But for now, that's it. We'll catch up in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.